Welcome, affiliated listeners, to another episode of the Affiliate Podcast. And today, again, we are very focused on our Shopify sellers. Particularly today, we're going to be breaking down man, I want an affiliate program, but what the hell do I do next? We're going to answer that question and so much more because we have Thomas and a special guest today. Thomas, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to talk about this.
Very, very cool. And I just want to take a moment before we introduce our special guest, who is fantastic, definitely cooler and better looking than both Thomas and I. I know the camera can't see this, but I want you guys to realize that Thomas, most people bring nothing to the podcast studio,
for this.
But he seems to have 3 cups, 2 notebooks.
Listen, I need the caffeine, okay? Because we had a very invigorating meeting before this recording.
Yes, so invigorating.
I need the fun bubbles for the effervescence, and I need hydration. So, yeah.
Lots of needs. Thomas, the needy guy. So, joined by Thomas the needy today, and the beautiful, the intelligent, the amazing Lauren. Lauren, how are you doing today?
God,
yes. So for those that don't know, she is also taking care, is really leading all acquisition around branded e-com stuff. She comes from an e-com background, so we think she's amazing. She is amazing, and she is joining us today to help us uncover what to do next when you want an affiliate program. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Good. Obviously, either you're a Don in a mafia or a little bit chilly in the studio. So
why not both?
Yeah, why not both?
Yeah.
Yes, the chilly Don. Yeah.
I'm going to take the Don because we tell our daughter she's like the mob boss because she'll grab us by our collars and be like, get me my water. Like, who are you, the mob boss?
Well, I guess it's probably because you're from Chicago. It's just it's in the water there.
But now
with all the buried bodies from the mob.
She leans into the character now, and so now she starts doing this, like, huh? What?
Oh my gosh,
so great.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I just can't wait to hear. She's like, I need a favor.
Oh my
she starts doing that, you're just gonna really be in on it. So,
oh my God.
Well, with that, guys, we are not going to be talking about organized crime, not till
Sorry.
later in the episode, but we are going to be talking about what to do when you want to start an affiliate program and you're just not sure. So, Thomas, have you ever met somebody like that before, Lauren? Do you have any clients that are ever in that situation where this sounds cool? What do I do? All the time.
Almost all the time.
Yeah.
So the first step, of course, is sign up with ClickBank. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
We're going to jump out
done.
there. Yeah, check done. Awesome. That's all you need to do. So I think it's a big question. What is the answer? What do you do first besides listen to this podcast? Because we have really good SEO and titling. So what is the first step, Thomas?
I look at the data first. I'm a data nerd, even though I don't understand it most of the time because I'm a creative writing major. But I go to the data.
Nice. I'm glad you make poor decisions then. As you, I don't get this. I'm going to do more of it. No. Just kidding. Well, we'll go into that more in depth. So Thomas starts with data. I love that. As a real nerd, there was an accounting major, so we just got rid of all that creativity right away. Love the data. Lauren, what about you? What would you recommend, or what do you tell your clients? They're in this e-com space. What is the first step?
No, I'm just kidding. So you've got your product, right? And you're interested in joining an affiliate program or creating something that we internally call an offer. So I think it's just understanding the difference between having a product that you sell e-com and then what you have as an offer. And I'm going to actually pass it to you because you do such a great job at this. But can you kind of break that down for us where you've got a product you're selling on a Shopify store?
A multitude of products, It's
You will, yes. So we'll definitely break into that.
Offer.
And we'll just keep you around for all those awesome setups where you don't say demeaning things to me like Thomas does all the time. Just kidding. So as you do, data matters first. And then I think you really love what you're saying. You're going from, you have a product. We hope you have a product. If you don't have a product, I appreciate that you're listening, but this might not be for you. So,
and a product could be physical or digital.
Physical or digital. You have something that you would like to sell to people that has been constructed in a way that they would go, ooh, here's something I could buy, right? So that's what we think of a product. Digital, physical, course, whatever it might be, you have it. But you need to go to having an offer. And we also need to have data. And these are actually, I think, both.
Can I change my answer real fast?
Yeah, no.
I was going to say that yours is probably a very good place to start,
Well, I think the step before is come at it with an open mind, which seems very woo-woo now that I said data first. But the point being,
there's that creative writing.
Yeah, there we go.
That's
back.
I'll even get back to you. Thomas, the creative writing major, said you need to have a mindset, right? Be open-minded.
It is.
And then Lauren came in with real practical stuff. You need to go from product to offer. I will own the data piece. I will own the nerd piece as the thickest glasses here. That
Can
is
you
totally
go like
okay.
this while you're talking about
Yes,
data?
data. I like the data. Yeah. So we have that. We have that. So these are all three things that I agree. If you do not have them, that you're not going to be starting off in the right direction. So let's break them down. I actually want to start off with the open mindset, and then we're going to talk about product to an offer, and then we'll share the data because the data is really going to drive what you do in that phase. So with that, let's talk about the open mindset first. Do we need to like meditate? Should we do some breath work before you talk about it?
Yeah, let's do a breath work. No.
So I was ready.
All I mean here is that there's so many ways to define what an affiliate is. There's so much misconception about what affiliate marketing actually is. You might have history where you've tried it before. You've seen something that you think is affiliate marketing, and you have that, that's what that is. At the end of the day, there's a lot of ways to make a buck online. There's a lot of things that look like affiliate marketing that probably are affiliate marketing. And there's a lot of ways that you can play with affiliates and leverage them for traffic and customers. So just understanding how your business type can find the right path through that and find the right affiliates for that offer or product, and kind of grow into there, and not just thinking, affiliate marketing doesn't work because I tried X, or I saw this and it seemed scammy and I don't like it. Right? Affiliate marketing's been around since way before the internet, right? So it's proven, it works. We can guide you through the right process to get to what works for you. Just open mind.
I love it. Open mind. Bring your baby brain, guys. The world is untouched snow. So put your brain in the place of untouched snow, and we can continue
Baby
on,
brain,
right?
bring your baby.
I guess, I used to give like a talk on how to learn and the difference between adult and child education.
Beginner's mind.
Yeah, I called it your baby brain. Bring your baby brain into it. Anyway, so all you baby brains out there, get ready, strap in. We're going to now talk about from product to offer. One of the biggest things we see that kind of breaks apart here is oftentimes you built a product, but that is not necessarily an offer. And the difference being, I think a great way to put this, products are on the shelves of a grocery store. As a consumer, I sort through that grocery store based on my needs, my list. Maybe I'm just bored because my wife brought me here and I didn't want to buy anything. And I'd like to find something to buy, right? I am finding products. And you'll most likely have your product listed similar to the way it would be in a grocery store. But what is an offer? So those of have ever been in Costco before, and we've seen someone slinging a Ninja blender, they have like a display, or they're selling me some sort of juice. And they have somebody in there, they're whipping it out, they have a microphone, they look like they're going to either give me some instructional Pilates, or they're going to show me how to make a smoothie. That person is an offer. They are taking somebody that might not have been looking for something and telling them why they need it, selling it to them right then and there, and getting conversion in a much shorter period of time. Whether it's as seen on TV ads that we used to always love late at night, or in the middle of the day because the summer's boring, or if it's something where it's an ad that we're putting on Facebook. These are things that really, really change the way that it goes. Is we're trying to sell something right off the bat versus a product is probably going to need to be seen at least 14 to maybe 20 times before somebody makes a decision to actually buy it.
I love that example because
That's a really good example. Have you used that before?
Yes. I have used it before, and I will tell you, Alex Moore came up with this. I will give him credit. I just say it more pretty than he does, and he could totally fight me for it. That's fine.
Yeah. What I love about that example, too, is that Vitamix leans on the brand it's built to make their offer and their direct response and all that performance campaign in Costco more effective. Right? They're not only relying on that, but someone who wasn't Vitamix probably could still have success doing that thing too without relying fully on a big brand and all that spend that takes to build a big brand.
Yep, totally. So, Lauren, you're about to say something? I saw that motion.
Yes, I was going to say. No, why is everything escaping me today? Sorry,
Okay.
but come back to me.
The Dawn, we'll get you later, Dawn. We know it's there. We know it's there. So, well, let's talk about kind of that leap and what you have to do. I think one of the first things that you want to think of is a singular product. This is really important. I know it sounds silly, but we go back to Vitamix, right? They sell more than blenders. They sell a lot of other stuff. But I am not selling a lot of other stuff all the time. When I'm having a conversation with an offer, it is one thing, and it's primarily one problem. One big problem, one big claim, one big product. That's
selling
really the way
to
it should
a
look.
unique avatar.
Yes,
right?
this unique avatar, and that avatar could change based on traffic source. It could change based on affiliate. These things can change. There's some bases that will exist. But remember, a good way to think about an offer is a one-to-one conversation.
Yeah.
A product displays for a lot of people, but I'm talking to you, Thomas.
Now, how is that sold online? Like, how does that look like a?
So let's talk about how that's sold online. There's various different ways, but it's going to be sold through what we'd like to say an offer or a funnel. So it's a dedicated page that's going to say something at the top or the beginning of a video, and then it's going to eventually drive you into some form of purchase. I know a lot of that's really, really vague because there's a lot of different ways to do that.
Look 1,000 different ways, right?
Yeah, but that's very, very conceptually what we want to do. We want to grab the attention and identify the buyer right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Versus before, if you're doing a lot of PPC or CPC and other kind of product advertising, we are just trying to find the people that have an issue. That's not what we're doing here.
Yeah, you're going much further upstream.
Much
for
further
product,
upstream.
right? And so if someone,
What if I remember now? What if I feel like I'm the brand and I feel like I'm doing that on my e-commerce store? Sure. I feel like I'm having a one-to-one conversation with my product listing, my descriptions on the products, my images, the video content. Is that different or the same as an offer?
I'd ask, how are you winning traffic? Like, how are you getting traffic that's converting to that page?
So let's say I'm running like some paid media strategies from Facebook. Maybe I have some ads up there, and I send that traffic to
what does that ad look like?
Let's say it's a video, or it's static ad, and it's about the product. It's telling them it's really cool and awesome, and you should buy it. And then it takes that traffic to the product listing, where I also have more things that I think the person needs to know. Is that the same thing as an offer? Or is that
closer,
different?
But it's closer. That's definitely pretty good because I think lots of people drive traffic to even a landing page, like a home page. That's meant to get them off that page very quickly.
Is that?
Right?
Why would that not be great for traffic?
Because at that point, the people clicking on that ad are likely very problem aware and product aware to a degree. Right. So it's like they're going to go, oh, yeah, I did want that thing, or oh, that thing looks interesting.
Yeah.
And the thing is the product,
Yeah.
not so much the problem they're having or they're trying to solve for. And so those can convert very well from just like a base data standpoint. It's like, oh, this is converting great because you're probably putting that ad in front of an audience that wants that kind of product already. But when we talk scaled affiliate programs, we're talking about getting in front of an audience that might not even know that your product is a solution they're looking for. It's that whole like,
Walking in Costco.
it's Ogilvy, right? You don't want to sell the drill, you want to sell the hole in the wall kind of thing. So it's like,
Here's I don't know, I'm using a male fishing reference, but if we want to talk about ponds of traffic, when you're in e-com, think about a tiny pond, and if you had to you could go and all the fish in there, and because it's a small pond, you probably have a good chance to catch all those fish, right? So if they are problem aware, they have to have education, they have to consume content, they have to have 15 to 20 touch points before they're going to make that conversion. By the time they get on my landing page or that home page, because they consumed all that, it might look like an amazing conversion. But in reality, if you're constructing optimization on a landing page, you or your homepage, you want people to get off that homepage the first time they stand there. It's just a billboard to say that we are a legit company. Great, go somewhere else. Everything should funnel away from it, right? So by the mere concept alone, if you're driving people to your homepage, you're already off the offer land page because we aren't controlling this conversation. Right. So if anywhere in your steps you're not controlling the conversation with consumers, you don't have an offer yet. You might be, if you're doing some strategy to send them to shopping product pages, you're pretty damn close. Awesome. Good job. So it's not like we're gonna have to create a huge deviation there.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be some deviation. So the way to think about it is they're product aware, they're in a small pond. If we could show them the problems before they ever even knew it existed, we could go from a pond to an ocean. And now things get
an example that comes to
exciting.
mind is actually Bub's Naturals, TJ, right? I see ads that they run, and this is a great collagen powder. You should check it out. The people clicking on that ad are probably already buyers of collagen powder, or they're very much aware that I need a collagen powder. Let me check it out. They also run ads to that same product that is TJ crashing in a very horrific way on his bicycle in a race, right? And that's the lead to the ad. And it engages a much wider audience because you're not starting with collagen, you're starting with whoa,
What just happened?
And then TJ's talking about this accident. You're kind of captured into a story, and then he goes into why they found it and kind of what this collagen kind of did for his recovery and things like that, right?
Right.
And so now you're leading with approaching a much wider audience with something that's more viral, but also more engaging and intriguing, and then you're driving into that product is a solution. from a conversion standpoint, it can look like that campaign actually converts worse, right? Because it's going to look like, oh, this converts at 2% or 1% or something versus my product campaign that converts at 15% or 10%. But it's going to be at a much higher scale of traffic and eyeballs hitting it, that the conversion perspective isn't really the root thing we're driving for here.
Yeah.
And so in that situation or in that example, what we're talking about is or Bub's Naturals is taking that traffic and moving it from not just to his e-commerce store, but to an offer.
Right, to a specific landing page. It's probably going to be more words than you'd typically think is on like a product page.
Yeah.
Right. And that's where some I kind of look at it like a hybrid model almost. Like it doesn't matter. Like a product page could be an offer page, but it has to be for the right type of traffic with the right type of affiliate. So we start talking about the affiliate program. If you've got more of like a product heavy product page versus a offer page that we're describing, the types of affiliates you're going to be working with are going to look different than something that might be more scalable in like a daily volume of sales metric.
You know what I think is like a good example just to like kind of like paint the picture. So like Amazon is a really, you can promote Amazon, right? You can have your products there and affiliates can pick you up.
Great example,
and that is like a product listing, right? So people are going to drive directly to, and of course you have all these ways of optimizing your product listing on Amazon, which people are, full-time jobs for some people.
Yeah.
And they're technically the biggest affiliate network in the world, right?
Right.
Amazon Associates,
Right, exactly. So that would be a really clear example to a brand or a Shopify owner saying, hey, this is a product listing. This is when you drive traffic to a product listing. Think Amazon or think your own product listing. But now what we're talking about is instead of driving it to just the product and the information about the product on your e-commerce store, we're talking about building an offer that is independent of that. And like you're saying, is talking to a different type of traffic source and a different type of customer. Yeah, so you can take...
No, I was going to say, I didn't say necessarily a different traffic source, but it's going upstream in your funnel to the coldest level. So that's why, like you said, like, your number's going to look smaller, but 10% conversions a tiny pond versus 2% conversions in a wide blue ocean, that's a lot of more water in that ocean. So that's where you have to kind of change that.
So to make it like, I know, I'm sorry, I keep making it like...
No, don't apologize. I love it.
To be completely clear, right, we're taking somebody who's just got these product listings, right, and they have their Shopify store, and now we're saying to them, pick your hero product or your number one product with the highest margin or what you feel like is going to be a high...
We'll get that data in a second. Don't worry. Yeah, you're transitioning super nicely.
I'm jumping ahead.
No, you're good. So let me give a good overview of what you want, and then we're going to do a little bit on the next stages. Then we'll come back to, let's break down the numbers of all this, right? So I think conceptually we talked about, you want to have a singular conversation and solve some sort of pain point, or even if it's not a pain point, it could be, you could be getting them to whatever elevated state.
You're talking about the offer.
Yeah, the going to that offer phase. So we're going to have a singular conversation with whatever our hero product is, and then on top of that, they're not going to go, because one of the things you brought up with product listings or even doing a product page, as a consumer, I could leave and do whatever different shopping experience I want. In an offer, that's not necessarily the case. I'm going to keep it very focused into what your experience is. So you're only going to see this product.
It's probably not navigation, right?
Nope. Yeah. And I discourage navigation when you're creating these. So you're going to get that one offer. It's going to go down to just a buy button that goes to a cart. And then after that, you're going to have upsells. You're going to sell them more. Now we introduce our cross-selling or different products, which varies depending on what you have. With the idea, though, that a thing why this is so important, and you're like, well, why would an affiliate need this, right? Why do they even care? Well, they want to sell.
Or why would the brand need this? Why would the brand need the offer?
That's great too, yeah. So both of them, I think a big thing here is you want to have an accelerated conversation with somebody that isn't aware of their problem. They're not problem aware. They just know they're experiencing pain or they're not experiencing happiness. And I say both because different types of marketing. There's a lot of fear-based marketing, which really attacks pain. But there's positive marketing that can attack pleasure. Both are the same, right? Well, not the same, but conceptually we're driving towards one of those things. So you're just going to make that addressed. You're going to qualify the market, and then you're going to explain how your product solves it. There's lots of different ways to do that, but it's singular. Then we go and do cross-sells and so on and so forth. Why that's helpful for affiliates and brands, you could talk to people that wouldn't otherwise know that there would ever be a solution. And for affiliates, it's easy for them to have a singular conversation. If I say, here's all the different products, sell whichever one, I don't want to do that. I'm busy. I have a lot of other stuff going on. If I say, here's one thing that's very valuable and one message we think is really good, if I'm an affiliate, I go, yeah, that is really good and that's simple and I can understand it, go and promote. Thomas, you're itching to talk. I could tell.
No, you actually covered a lot of it.
Squirming and ready for some great value.
That's all the caffeine that you said before earlier. It's easier to qualify people, right? So instead of saying you want to drill or not, it's like most people are going to say, no, I don't want to drill, right? But if you start kind of going upstream a bit and go, do you ever wish it'd be easier to hang pictures at your house? Yeah, that's a pain, right? Like more people resonate with that, so you get exposure to that wider audience again, and that's where you can start to drill down. And it also helps the affiliate qualify. Like it's that if there's 30 jars of jam in the store, hard to make a choice. If there's 3 jars of jam, easier to make a choice. So if affiliates are looking at what do I want to promote, and you've got a really focused funnel, they go, oh yeah, I've got traffic for that, versus trying to figure out where you would fit in their traffic. They go, oh yeah, I've promoted offers to audiences that love stuff like this. I can fit this in, versus trying to sort through and figure out what you've got.
Yeah.
So for the brand, it's opening you up to a wider audience, a big ocean, like you said. And for the affiliate, it's giving them a clear and concise way of being able to promote a product that either resonates with their strategies or their audiences. Does that make sense? Is that
just to put a button on it, and then we're going to talk about some numbers next as the economics start to make it exciting. And we talked about this in another episode. I'd strongly encourage you to listen to if you haven't already, where we really share what an affiliate program is and why it should be value for branded stuff. But it's the idea a commission sales force sells better when they know what they could sell and how to sell it, right? Make it easy for them. And then they'll go out and be that commission sales force that will make sales for you. So now let's talk about what's really important. We have the general structure, but data is what's going to drive a lot of what you'll do. You have an open mind, you have maybe a general concept, but the data is what really is king. And you mentioned one of the big ones is your margins, the percentage of margin. Why should that matter with your offer? Biggest thing I'll tell you, and we say this all the time, the more you could pay, the more you could play. And we know that affiliate programs work on either a commission or a CPA, so you have to pay something on the action of them selling. Whether you have a digital product, physical product, doesn't really matter, but you're going to give some percentage. And if you have a product that costs a lot to sell, just because it's really expensive to produce. I remember we had a client that used to sell these large. They tried selling these towers, these hydroponic towers.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
And it was a very expensive product. And it was super expensive to ship and super expensive to produce. It was a horrible affiliate product because there just wasn't any margin left over, and they had to try and get them to sell, and it was just tough. So it converted lower, and then it didn't pay out well.
It had a cool selling mechanism, but but the economics just didn't work.
Yeah, because the economics. Yeah, again, it was a cool product. There was a great sales page. But it had to convert so high to pay out enough to work, and you have such a high ticket.
And if they had a hydroponic course or something like that that they could sell for $37 and 100% commission, and then that was an upsell.
Yeah, right. All of a sudden we might be playing with something that makes sense, but you could see where those barriers come in. So if you're selling a product that is at 30% margins, and that's what you want to start with, you're going to be in a tough situation. Either find a way to reduce that, or what's another product that you feel is very unique to your business, very unique to the problems that people have, that has higher margins, so we could pay this excited commission sales force to go out and get it. Because I don't know about you, I don't know too many salespeople that like not making money. They would like to make as much as possible. So go out and make that capable for them. Yeah. The other things on numbers in terms of know the numbers for what affiliates want and what you're going to get. So we talk about average order value, conversion rate, EPC. These are all very critical numbers. Yeah, earnings per click, I should say what that fully is. Yeah. So I'll let you kind of break down some of those numbers, Thomas, because as a creative writing major, I think it sounds so pretty. But no, you'd mentioned before that was a big piece, is kind of the data. So walk through kind of what those numbers can mean and some of the numbers you really need.
Yeah. Well, I'd say if you don't know your numbers, if you don't have a clear view of like, I don't really know what my conversion rate is, or I know it's X, but it's to very warm traffic that I've retargeted 1,000 times. I don't really know what is the cold traffic. I'd say that's why we're telling you to go build an offer that converts to colder traffic, because then you start to act like your own affiliate a bit. You'll start to understand what affiliates are going to resonate with. Because if you don't know your own numbers, why would an affiliate take the risk of promoting that product for you or that offer for you? The misconception is that affiliate marketing is risk-free to the business owner, right? Because it kind of is. You're paying for when you actually acquire a customer, but the risk is deferred to the affiliate, who has an opportunity cost of promoting another offer that might have done better for them, or they're taking the risk of you not paying them or things like that. So you have to overcome that risk to the affiliate in enough ways to back up that this is proven, this converts to this type of audience and this kind of a thing. So the most important metrics are really that earning per click to an affiliate, how much they can make. And that's very simple math. It's conversion rate times the commission they're getting. To a brand that's actually owning the product, it'd be conversion rate times your average order value, right? But then the commission rate is usually built off of a percentage of that average order value. And that's where you've got two clear levers to play with. You can increase conversions to lift that EPC, and or you can increase the average order value / commission rate to increase that EPC number. And that's kind of what we started messing around with offers. Are there one-click upsells post-purchase, right? So versus just a one-time cart you're kind of building. Is there bundling you're doing, right? Can you buy 3 of the same product and get a per bottle discount or a per X thing discount? Can you start to stack things, make it more compelling to convert at a higher rate? All these little things kind of come into play. And this is what you're actually communicating to affiliates to varying degrees depending on the affiliate. So when you actually build your program, you're listing out and going, hey, if you've got traffic that looks like X, if you've got an audience that looks like Y, we've got this great offer for you. It is a product that does this. It converts like this to this audience. It pays out this much, right? You kind of start stacking out and you're answering all those unanswered questions that the affiliate's going to have, just like a customer would to your product. So you're really building this sales funnel or an affiliate acquisition funnel in a very similar way that you'd build a customer funnel. But it's more of a B2B kind of thing that you're kind of targeting affiliates with.
Yeah, no. Yeah, definitely. And I think that's where the big thing is you can get caught up in a lot of these numbers. An important thing to know is know them and know what they do to the offer, not necessarily always look at it as hard edicts of a benchmark. I think a lot of times people think, oh, well, you have to have, like, for example, in supplements for a lot of our top offers, a lot of people feel if you don't have a $200 AOV, you're not within the game. And I would always tell people, it's like, well, $200 AOV at a certain conversion rate. If that conversion rate goes up, theoretically, the AOV can go down to a certain level. Yeah. So these are all things where it's say know the numbers and know their relation, but the economics and the formulas change from affiliate to offer to niche to product. Like there's so many things that could change that. It's hard for us on this episode to really give you that stuff.
But just understanding this lets you build out, start to build the framework of your affiliate program of how much can you pay, right? How well does your offer convert? How fast can you pay an affiliate? Right, all these different things. I'm going to put a task on our marketing team that will have a checklist you can get from this, which is like questions you need to be able to answer when you are fleshing out your affiliate program, right? And it kind of goes into all the behind the scenes things, like who's going to handle payments to affiliates, who's going to handle 1099 contracts and collecting those, who's going to handle the tax mitigation for this, all these things. How does all this stuff flow in your business? It's not something you need to figure out day zero. But by the time you launch your affiliate program, you kind of need to know how it's going to scale with you.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you feel like launching an affiliate program means kind of what we've talked about here today, where it's like, I created this offer, and then you also didn't say this, but there has to be some sort of testing that goes on for you to feel like I know that data so that I can educate and acquire affiliates, like you said, which actually the way you said that was so great. But would you say that that's what it means to launch an affiliate program where I created the offer, I've done some testing, I have my data, I'm clear, I know it's converting at this funnel, and I know I can start to acquire customers and they will see success in being able to promote my offer. Is that to you the launch of an affiliate program?
Question.
Sorry.
Sort of. Like I think you can start before you have all that. Like let's say I know I want to build an affiliate program. I don't know some of these metrics because I'm still maybe building the offer's untested or something like that. The expectations for you wouldn't be you're going to get a bunch of affiliates then. It's going to be, hey, this needs to be tested. Here's metrics. Here's ways you can test with your own cold traffic or with buying list drops, things like that, right? But you can still, quote unquote, launch your affiliate program. What I would say that doesn't mean is you're going to go tell every single affiliate about it. It means you could put it on a network like a ClickBank while you're improving it, because you might as well get eyeballs to it as you're improving it. And you're going to be learning the ropes of affiliate recruitment and management at the same time, right?
Okay, so this is really just like, this is the strategy, and you can launch this strategy whenever you choose.
Yeah, you can start with a single product, no upsells, right? Bad performance, quote unquote, right? Like you can start with that, no problem. I just wouldn't expect to get a lot of traction with those affiliates until you start to bolt these things on and improve the offer.
Yeah,
and that's that kind of progression. Yeah. I think a misnomer is that you need to launch an affiliate platform with a ton of success already and make sure it blows up really well and does great.
Yeah,
I think that's really important for anybody listening. You're coming into creating something new, right? We're giving you the strategy to be able to do it. And it doesn't have to be fully baked, like you said. Mm-hmm. You can come onto a network like ClickBank and learn as you go and scale. And so like, I think sometimes people are confused that a launch of something means it's going to like launch and be completely successful.
I honestly don't use the verbiage launch much anymore, because launch to me implies like you're going to do something at a set date and do this big contest around it or something like that. You can just start your affiliate program.
That's good. That's really
great. And then you're going to build it and improve it.
Yeah, starting / launching versus scaling are two different things.
Yeah.
So when we say we want to start an affiliate program today, I didn't say you're going to have the best affiliate program ever, but you're going to start, and that starts with, I'd say the biggest thing, product to offer, and then from there, trying to know what data you need to start knowing. And that's the big thing. It's start knowing. You might not have any of these answers. It just changes how much you have to pay to get them, right? Yeah. Whether it's internally, if you have to go out to testing affiliates, you could totally do that. And there's ways you're just probably going to have to pay a little bit more because they're taking on a big risk to try this, right? So the way I'd say is like you went from product to offer. You have whatever funnel you could create right now. Maybe there are no upsells. That's fine, right? We start with what we have. And then it begins with finding and testing with affiliates. If you don't have the internal program and you want to go test with affiliates, great. That's the next step. Let's build it. Now let's start recruiting. And where we can make that somewhat easier, you still have to go out and sometimes have some conversations, meet some people. And there's definitely some strategies to do that. I would say we don't have time to go into all the detailed strategies today, but even in the detailed strategy with creating that offer and getting the funneling, knowing your numbers, what we can do for you guys, because really it goes from getting product to offer to recruitment. Those are the first steps to getting started and not launching. So to make it so you guys have all those resources, what we're going to do is we'll compile, Thomas will get that checklist, but we're actually going to compile past episodes where you go very in depth on how to build that offer and kind of build copy and lots of copy stuff. We go into knowing your numbers, exactly what you need to do. We go into recruiting affiliates if you have them, or super affiliates. So we'll get those episodes listed in there so you could feel armed with the right information to go out and be successful. But I would tell you, if you could go from product to offer and get ready to start talking to affiliates, you've already started your affiliate program.
That's a huge step.
Yeah, that's massive. And we're excited to see people take it. So with that, we actually are out of time. So we know we want to make sure, obviously, we're going to get that list. Click below, guys. You're going to have all the resources you need. It should be really, really exciting. And we're just very excited to see some people transition from hopeful product owners to offers that they have and scaling out through affiliates. So before we go, though, Lauren, is there anything you want to give or say to the people before we let them go for today?
Just thanks for listening.
What about you, Thomas?
Happy scaling.
Happy scaling. Love it. Well, until next time, guys, be safe out there. Rate, review, subscribe. And also, I'm going to mention this here. We are doing a special little contest for all you Shopify sellers out there. If you would like to have us give you an affiliate review of your program and say, here's the strategies, here's the next step, with Thomas's amazing expertise and my pretty talking, we'll do it not live, but recorded and share it out with everybody. So free value to you. Just submit it, affiliated at clickbank.com with your tool page or whatever resources you have, your product, and what you want out of your affiliate program. We're going to review those and pick one lucky winner. But all of you are a winner for listening to this episode, right? That's what I'm going to tell myself, and that's what you should tell you. So until then, affiliated at clickbank.com for those submissions. And we can't wait to see them, and we can't wait to have you listen next time. Thanks so much. Have a good one.